Hi guys, I have already covered 12 questions in the first part of this video. So you can check the link in the description. Now in this video I am going to cover 13 important basic question of the electronics interview. So let's get started. So the first question is, what is difference between a capacitor and an inductor? A capacitor stores energy in an electric field while an inductor stores energy in a magnetic field. For a capacitor, I is equal to C dV by dt, and for an inductor, V is equal to L di by dt. Therefore, a capacitor tends to resist rapid change in voltage, while an inductor tends to resist rapid change in current. So you can see in the animation also, it is clearly visible to you. So basically, capacitor used to oppose the change in voltage, and inductor used to oppose change in current. Now coming to the next question, what is an RC low pass filter? An RC low pass filter allows low frequency signal to pass while attenuating high frequency signal. Its cutoff frequency is 1 upon 2 pi RC. At the cutoff frequency, the magnitude of the output is approximately 1 by root 2 times, that is 0.707 times of the voltage of the passband magnitude current corresponding to approximately minus 3 dB. What is an RC high pass filter? An RC high pass filter allows high frequency signal to pass while attenuating low frequency signal. Its cutoff frequency is 1 upon 2 pi RC. Below the cutoff frequency, attenuation increases. Above the cutoff frequency, the signal passes with much less attenuation, assuming an idealized unloaded filter. Now coming to the next question. What is a diode? A diode is a semiconductor device that primarily allows current to flow in one direction. When forward biased, it conducts. When reverse biased, it ideally blocks the current. For a practical silicon diode, the forward voltage is often around 0.6 to 0.7 voltage. However, the actual forward voltage drop depends upon the current, temperature, and the specific diode. Now coming to the next question, what is Zener diode and why it is used for? A Zener diode is commonly used for voltage regulation, reference generation, and over voltage protection. When reverse biased and operates in its breakdown region, it maintains a relatively stable voltage across itself. For a simple Zener regulator, approximately Iz is equal to IR minus IL, where IR is the resistor current and IL is the load current. The resistor limits the current through the Zener. You can see the graph also where you clearly got the understanding of this Zener diode working. Now coming to the next question, what is a transistor and how it works? A transistor is a semiconductor device used for switching or amplification. The two major transistor families are BJT, bipolar junction transistor, and the second one is MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. For a BJT operating in active region, IC is equal to beta times of IB. Basically, the collector current is going to be beta times of the base current. So BJT is a current control device. For a MOSFET, the drain current is primarily controlled by the VGS, the gate voltage which we applied on the gate of the MOSFET, depending upon its operating region. Now coming to the next question, what is the difference between a BJT and MOSFET? A BJT is a primarily a current control device while a MOSFET is a primarily voltage control device. For a BJT, IC is equal to beta times of IB, means the collector current is totally dependent upon the base current. If you increase the base current, then collector current is going to be increased exponentially. For a MOSFET, gate voltage control the channel and therefore the drain to source current. MOSFET generally have very high DC gate impedance, making them particularly useful for switching application. The next question is, what is MOSFET threshold voltage? Threshold voltage VGS is the gate to source voltage at which the MOSFET begins to conduct a small specific current under the datasheet test condition. A very important interview point is threshold voltage does not mean the MOSFET is fully on. For power switching, you should look at the datasheet RDS on specification at your actual gate drive voltage. What is RDS-on and why is it important? RDS-on is the drain to source resistance when MOSFET is on. Conduction loss is approximately is equal to I square R multiplied with the RDS-on. Suppose ID is equal to 10 ampere and RDS-on is 10 milliohm. Then power conduction loss will be 10 square multiplied with 0.0 ohm. So that will be 1 watt. So 1 watt power is going to be lost while during the conduction mode. Next question is, what is operational amplifier? An operational amplifier or op-amp is a high gain differential amplifier commonly used for the signal conditioning, amplification, filtering, comparison and feedback circuit. V output is equal to AOL multiplied with B plus minus V minus, where AOL is the open loop gain. With a negative feedback, the closed loop gain becomes predictable. For a non-inverting amplifier, gain is equal to 1 plus Rf by Rin, and for inverting amplifier, gain is equal to minus Rf by Rin. So these are the two important formula which is generally used in the op-amp circuits while during the designing of this circuit for the gain. Now coming to the next question, what is feedback, negative feedback in an op-amp? Negative feedback feeds a portion of the output back to the inverting input. It reduces the effective gain but improves stability, linearity, bandwidth and control of the closed loop gain. For a basic amplifier, closed loop gain is equal to open loop gain upon 1 plus open loop gain multiplied with the beta, where ACL is closed loop gain, AOL is open loop gain, beta is the feedback factor, right? Now coming to the next question, what is an ADC and why we use ADC in the designing of the circuit? So an ADC are analog to digital circuit. An ADC or analog to digital circuit convert analog voltage into digital value. For an ideal n-bit ADC with reference voltage of Vref, the approximate voltage resolution is LSB is equal to Vref divided by 2 to the power n. For a 12-bit ADC with 3.3 volt reference, LSB is equal to 3.3 divided by 4096 is going to be 0.806 millivolt. So one ADC count represent approximately 0.806 millivolt ideally. That's why we use, like always we prefer to use high bit ADC to get the better output, right? Depend upon our application. Now comment in the next question, what is decoupling and why a capacitor placed close to an IC power pin? A decoupling capacitor provides a local or low impedance source of transient current to an IC and helps reduce high frequency supply noise. When an IC suddenly demands current, the capacitor can temporarily supply that current. I is equal to C dB by dt. So delta V is equal to delta I multiplied with delta T divided by C. For example, if a circuit suddenly requires 100 milliampere for 1 microsecond from 10 microcapacitor, then delta V is going to be 10 millivolt. So in a real PCB, ECR, ESL, trace inductance, capacitor impedance versus frequency placement also affect the actual voltage transient. So follow for the next upcoming videos.